Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie. Now, I know I'm a little bit early coming on, but I could just see there's so many people waiting because, this is this is a big breakthrough, isn't it? I mean, I was literally just about to go to bed. So we're here to talk about the Samantha Murphy case. We've been talking about it. My voice is already going because we've been talking. I'd done the members live and we'd done an update on, well, not exactly an update, but I'd given some information about Samantha. And I was hoping, I was going to bed. And literally, as you can see, I'm not exactly in my pajamas, but I'm like on the way. And literally just checked, like I always do, because of course, it's early morning at the moment in Australia. So just thought I'll just have a quick check of the news, etc., before I go to bed. Make sure there hasn't been. I've had a feeling, that there was going to be something because it's been so long since there's been anything from the police. I mean, abnormally long, really, because even if they were just coming on every couple of days just to say, oh, we've got nothing to say, but they've literally been so quiet, it did feel, didn't it, that there was something simmering. Having said that, sometimes when it feels like there's something simmering under the surface, nothing ever comes out. That's how I felt with the Nicola Bulley case, that there was always something about to break and then it never broke. Anyway, something is breaking at the moment. So the police feel that they've got something to tell people for whatever reason. I wonder if it's been triggered by the massive search that's happening tomorrow. Maybe that's what's made them feel that they've got to come out and say this. I don't know. So let's see what there's good. I don't know. I'm not brilliant at night. I'm not a nighttime person, so I might wake up in a minute after I should have had a coffee, but I've had a cup of tea. Because if I have a coffee, then I won't be able to sleep, and I've got to be up really early in the morning, so I didn't want to have a coffee. But okay, so before there's going to be supposedly a police conference at 10 a.m. in Australia, which I believe is 12 o'clock in Spain. So in about 20 minutes. So in the 20 minutes leading up, I just want to tell you what they've been saying, okay? So let's have a look. I can share. Basically, what the main thing that they've said so far, and I'm not saying, the police haven't said anything so far, but the main information that they've released so far is that they think, they say, let's have a look. So, according to Australian news, they say that others are likely involved in the disappearance of Ballarat mum Samantha Murphy. So they think there's foul play, basically. And that's the most that they did say. They thought it was suspicious. But now they're actually saying that others are likely involved in Samantha's disappearance. And this was the Woo Karung Regional Park. This is where she normally runs, and this is where most of the search was concentrated. But I think the main news as well, apart from the fact that there's more parties likely to be involved, is that due to telephone data, the telephone data has provided a new lead. And they have changed the area of their search. And apparently today they're going to narrow in on an area at Mount Clear, which is just south of Ballarat. So I've got it up on Google Maps and I want to show you. So this is the park, Woo Karung Regional Park, where Samantha usually went for her run, etc. And this is Mount Clear area. Now, when they say they're concentrating their search on Mount Clear area, I don't know, exactly which part of it they mean. But you can see it's a little way away from Wuwukurong Regional Park. She's not likely to have run there, let's say. So she must have been taken there. So this is where they're saying that they're going to concentrate their search from now. Now, of course, at the weekend was supposed to be this massive search with the bush tracker expert and the community, etc. Has that sort of provoked this statement by the police? Maybe they don't want people going out there. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just wondering if we can see Samantha's road on there. She lived on Eureka Street, but I can't see it on that map. But anyway, this is where they have been searching. This is the Wuwukurong Regional Park, but the police are now saying that they're concentrating their search on Mount Clear. So today they will narrow in on an area at Mount Clear south of Ballarat as part of their investigation from the disappearance of Miss Murphy. So it has bushland on both sides of it. It's adjacent to an area called Canadian Plantation, and that was where she was thought to have been running when she went missing. So here's Eureka Street, which is where she lived. This is the Canadian Plantation, and Mount Clear is over here. So it's, I don't know, what is it, I'm not very good with kilometres. I'm not sure exactly how far. I wouldn't have thought she would have ran to Mount Clear. Anyway. So this search, led by the Missing Persons Squad, will involve detectives from the Victoria Police Crime Command as well as local police. And investigators are reviewing about 12,000 hours of CCTV footage and following up more than 500 separate pieces of information. And as we know, extensive searches of the Canadian forest area so far have found no trace of Miss Murphy. Again, they're always referring to her as this Ms. Murphy. Is that relevant, do you think? Anyway, we don't know yet. So they're saying she was last seen leaving her property on Eureka Street, just north of the plantation, to go for a run about 7 a.m, as we know. So the other significant thing that they're saying, apart from the fact that they're changing, it's not good news, is it? It doesn't seem to be good news. But of course, it is good news in one way, in that at least there's going to be some closure, hopefully. Hopefully they will find her one way or another. It might not be a very positive find, but it's better than no find at all, in my opinion anyway. But I don't know. I would imagine the police will have spoken to her family before they've announced all this. I would hope so anyway. So most likely the other significant piece of information is they're saying that most likely others were involved. So Crime Command Detective Acting Superintendent Mark Katz said that police suspected more parties were involved. We are keeping an open mind, but we believe the most likely scenario is that her disappearance involves one or more parties, he said. So given the extensive and detailed search that has already been undertaken and the fact that no sign of Samantha or personal belongings has been located, we have ruled out any type of medical incident. There is also nothing to indicate that Samantha left the area of her own accord. And he went on to say, I know that a lot of people, particularly those who live in the local Ballarat community, are extremely concerned about the fact we haven't yet located Samantha. Oh, am I even sharing this? I don't know if I'm sharing it now. Has it gone off? Sorry, went off somehow. Where are we? I want to reassure those members of the public that Victoria Police is doing everything we can to find out what has happened and provide some answers to Samantha's family and the broader community. You know, I mean, I think it was definite that they were doing something to try and find her. It's just that they were keeping everybody, obviously, in the dark. It's very sad. It's sort of, oh God, how can I explain it? It's sort of good but bad, isn't it? It's like, it's good that they seem to, it feels like something finally is going to happen, if you like, or we're going to find out something. A family are going to have some answers, but it doesn't look like they're going to be positive answers, does it? Okay, I want to share this video with you as well.
Of focus as they continue to search for the Melbourne mother of three. This is what we know so far. On the 4th of February, the 51-year-old left home in Ballarat East for a routine run.
But she never returned. Within hours, she was reported missing. The last known trace of Samantha was her phone pinging off a tower in Ballarat's southern fringe.
Now a dozen detectives have been assigned to the case as the community launches a large search tomorrow. Joining us now is a member of the Volunteer Search Party, Christy Lee King. Christy Lee, thank you so much for being with us. Difficult time for everyone, isn't it? How are you all holding up?
From a community focus, everything since the disappearance of Sam has basically been a little bit of a somber feel moving around within the community. So many people are wondering.
Sorry, so this is the lady that was organising the search that's going on at the weekend, the community search. And what she just said there about feeling somber, I feel somber tonight. I don't know about you. It feels like, you know, something's coming, if you like, but it won't be a good thing.
What has happened to her? There's a lot of empathy towards her family and what has occurred. It is a very close-knit community, so even moving around, getting posters up and everything else, there is a lot of sympathy within the community towards the whole situation, towards the case, towards Jess. We all just want answers for her family.
Yeah, she's such a well-loved member of the community, and it's so rare, isn't it, for someone to just disappear without a trace. That's what's most concerning.
This woman, she does look very upset, doesn't she? Very, you can see from her face she's expecting the worst.
Yeah, so do you have a little bit of hope now that the police have been able to identify a new area of focus?
Absolutely. The fantastic thing, and because of it being such a large-scale area, is that if there is an area of focus, that is definitely giving hope that all of these continuous search efforts have been worth it. It is such a large-scale area that has been searched and continuously searched. So placing it down to one area with information coming forward. We've actually brought in Jake Kasser, who's a bush tracker expert. I was informed that he did find some items of interest.
So this is what we were talking about earlier in the members live, you know, that Jake has been brought in, this bush expert, and he had already found some things that he'd handed over to the police. Do you think that maybe has got any impact on this this discovery? But he wasn't searching over at Mount Clear. I mean, the police are saying that the reason they're focusing their search on Mount Clear now is because of phone information. So they've obviously been able to unlock some information from the phone, or maybe the Apple Watch, because remember she was wearing the Apple Watch. Hopefully we'll find that out in the press conference.
That was passed over to police. I'm not sure if that is associated, but that has given us invigorated hope that we will come to some answers for her family.
Through the desperation and pain of all of this, I've been absolutely blown away by the sense of community there. I saw someone interviewed yesterday saying no stone will be left unturned in this search. What an amazing,
100%.
what an amazing community.
Yes, definitely is. I'm very proud to be a part of it. Absolutely.
All right. We really appreciate you being on today, and we hope there are leads in this case.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good
Thank
on
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so what else? While we're waiting for I'm hoping to be able to watch the press conference somehow, find somewhere to watch it. Let me just, on the Facebook page, there was another video that I wanted to show you. Let's see. Let's have a look at this. So I don't think this is a video. Oh, what's this? So, yeah, this is News Australia. Cops drop bombshell in search. Mum Samantha Murphy disappearance. So police have refocused their attention on a new part of the Parklands. So I don't think they'd searched this before. And again, it's just repeating that police believe one or more parties may be involved. Yeah, it's just more or less repeating what we've already heard. Yeah, nothing new there actually. So let's just go back. Yeah, police launched targeted search for Victorian mum Samantha Murphy after a phone lead. I don't think there's anything going to be. Oh, this might be just interesting to see. Again, a map to get an idea of, yeah. So there's Eureka Street and Mount Clear is over here. And they did feel that she was in this Canadian state forest area. But they're going to a different part. Yeah, interesting. So again, they're saying that this new search will focus on an area in the Mount Clear region, which has been highlighted by intelligence derived from phone data. So they've got some more phone data then. Okay, now I need to find where I can watch this press conference. Of course, in Australia as well, they've got lots of bushfires going at the moment. So there are fires burning in Victoria north of Ballarat. So I hope that doesn't affect the search in any way. I hope they don't interfere with the search in any way. You know. Now, where am I likely to see this press conference? So I had a look on Sky News, but on the Australian Sky News, you have to subscribe. You know, it's behind a paywall by the look of it. And I don't know if it'll be on the British Sky News. Where am I likely to see this? I might see it on YouTube. Channel 7, somebody's saying. Let's have a look if I can find Channel 7 then. So I'm on a Australian VPN, so ooh, Channel 7. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be surely on the Sunrise, is it? On the morning show? I'll try and find it. Hello, baby. Oh, I've got to sign in. Hang on. I've got to create an account. Right, just bear with. Whoa. Oh, God, it wants everything. Sorry, you just have to bear with me while I just create an account. Oh, God. Dog's causing hassle. Right, it's asking for a postcode. I bet it'll want, right, yeah, I need an example postcode for Australia. Five. Ah. All right, I've got to verify my account. Right. Hopefully, I should be able to watch now.
Zendaya has opened up on her relationship with fellow actor Tom Holland, gushing over his wide personal appeal in a new interview with BuzzFeed, where the actress got to pet adorable puppies. This is a BuzzFeed thing they do. She was asked who had the most riz, slang for charisma, on the June Part 2 cast. Thank you, young people, for laughing at that. Some people
I'm
need
looking
an explanation.
for
But Zendaya
the
decided to
volume so
ignore
I
her
can
cast
turn it
members
down
picking Tom. Take a look.
until the press conference.
I think someone who has beautiful charisma, not on the Dune cast, but I personally works for me, is Mr. Tom Holland. I'm more shy and
Right.
like kind
Okay, so hopefully it'll be on there. Let me just come back to the chat and make sure you're all okay. No vodka, it's tea. I haven't had any alcohol since last Friday, but I think I might come off the wagon tomorrow. So yeah, we'll wait. What does someone ABC? Let's have a look. While I'm waiting, I'll look for ABC News as well. I think I was on that already. Watch live. I bet this makes me sign up as well. No, it's not making me sign up. Oh, yeah.
For a Sydney police officer in connection to the disappearance of 2 men. And America's first attempt to put a
So
spacecraft
do you
on
think the actual
the moon in more than 50 years.
do you think the actual press let's see.
Major developing stories. We're standing by at the moment for 2 news conferences. The first on a fresh lead in the disappearance of Ballarat woman Samantha Murphy. We'll bring you that shortly. And we're also standing by for a fire update, that coming from Victoria. We'll bring you both of those this hour here on.
Right, so they are standing by for this news conference.
Homes have been destroyed and stock are believed to have been killed by out-of-control bushfires, bearing down on dozens of communities in Victoria's west. Firefighters have hoped for a reprieve overnight, but the blazes have continued, and today's winds are
Right, I'm on both ABC News
warnings are in place for the
and I'm on what's the other one I'm on?
west of Ballarat.
Let me put all the other windows down so that I've not got too many windows up.
Moving northeast, more than 30 communities have been urged to leave to a safer place. Fire crews are now contending with increasingly windy conditions as they attempt to tame those blazes.
Oh my God, how many windows have I got up?
Has more details from Ballarat and is with some of those who have been evacuated.
Many of the residents here are just waiting to hear that news. The confirmation
Oh yeah.
that many homes, as you said, we know from the Country Fire Authority that they are expecting homes to have been lost in these blazes.
Oh no, this is about the
West of Ballarat,
bushfire.
and another one to the north of Beaufort, around kind of Elmhurst and Amphitheatre, around that area of Victoria. So this really is a moving situation. The fire ground, it's still quite dangerous there. I'm at one of the relief centres. This is one of 3 relief centres that has been opened for residents that have fled their homes. Of course, those leave now warnings still in place. About 20 or so people spent the night inside the football club rooms here. Very uncomfortable night for them. And then there were dozens more who spent the night in their cars because obviously they have pets and can't bring them into the football club rooms. I've spoken to them. Some of those residents this morning, they said they got a couple of hours sleep. Not only is it uncomfortable to sleep in your car, but also they're just worried about their homes and their loved ones that stayed back to defend their properties. A very, very difficult night. And this morning, another difficult day ahead. And this is what some of the residents told me this morning.
Huge fire, just smoke. It's got bigger and bigger the closer I got home, and then realised the seriousness of the situation. And then it was a matter of grabbing as much as we could.
So, Patrick, the firefighters were hoping for.
Oh great, it's sticking now just to make things better.
It was heading in a southwesterly direction, then the wind change pushed. Got so many communities that are subject to these emergency warnings today. It is quite cool here, Lorna. It's probably in the low teens, early 20s, very different to the conditions we saw yesterday when it was in the mid 30s. But those cooler conditions are also accompanied by some strong winds. So the southwesterlies are still picking up today.
So just to remind people, if people are just coming in and wondering what the hell's going on, we're waiting for a press conference. There's been a break in the Samantha Murphy case, the lady in Australia, in Ballarat. Oh, look at these poor birds here. Because in the same area, the reason these pictures are coming up is because in the same area there are bushfires. In the close by to where Samantha went missing in Ballarat. So they seem to have 2 big news stories going on at the moment. They're waiting for 2 press conferences, one from the bushfires and the other one from the police about a break in the Samantha Murphy case that the police have finally, I mean, they haven't said anything for about 2 weeks. The police are finally saying that they've narrowed down the search to, you know, a certain area called Mount Clear, which is near, not where they were searching originally. And also they've said that they've narrowed down this search due to telephone data. And they've also said that they believe that one or more persons were involved in Samantha's disappearance. So this basically is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the press conference. So I'm just looking at the chat. Jean's had one wee glass of wine tonight. Yeah. Well, see, I'm a bit like, I don't see the point really in just one wee glass of wine. I'd rather have nothing. So I'm a bit of an all or nothing person. I'm quite happy to not have a drink at all, but once I've had a drink, I normally want another one. And Mello's saying he's been on the wagon for 15 years. It's not always dull, just mostly. Yeah. I honestly, if I don't have a drink at all, I literally am fine. But if I have one, I always want another one. But it hasn't actually, when I think about it, because it's been nearly a week now that I haven't had. Where are we? It's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, because it was last Friday at lunch when I had a wee wine, as Jean says. I expect I'll have a wee wine tomorrow as well, because I'm going out to lunch tomorrow as well. I think I deserve it after a long week. Oh, come on. It's all buffering now. Oh, so they're looking for a killer cop as well. They're looking for a manhunt for an alleged killer cop. So we've got to watch all this news while we're waiting for the press conference. Well, they said, oh, is that all that was in the bottle? Well, do you know, but why didn't you open another bottle, Jean, or did you not have another bottle? I don't know yet, Jean. I don't know where we're going for lunch yet. It may be a Chinese lunch again. I do like a Chinese lunch. Now, they said they were going to do this press conference at 10 o'clock. If anyone's still in there from Australia, what time is it now in Australia? Wonder if I can find something on YouTube. Oh, let's go on this instead.
Clear area sort of in the southwest Ballarat area, and where that search is being taken place is sort of around the Woowookarung Regional Park, where Ms Murphy was supposed to have been going for a run on Sunday 4th of February, and where she simply hasn't been seen since. So today police have told us that the search is being informed apparently by new mobile phone data. Now what exactly that is, we simply don't know. We're waiting for police to confirm what that might look like today. To be clear though, Ms Murphy's phone, her Apple Watch and her AirPods, as far as we understand it, still haven't been recovered after she did go for that run. So today and over the past couple of days, in fact, police have been getting involved, multiple different investigators and officers from multiple different crime squads, and that includes the Crime Command, and that's just due to their involvement in complex and protracted investigations over the years. So certainly there's a lot of police resourcing being diverted into this investigation.
Yeah, Laura, tell us more about that investigation. Police have been keeping it under a tight lid for a while, haven't they?
Yes, they have, certainly. Only in the past couple of days, police, in fact, have been saying, and they've been reiterating, pleas to the public not to speculate on what might have happened to her.
We're going to interrupt that and take you over to Ballarat, where police are giving an update on their search for missing woman, Samantha Murphy.
And they have been supplemented with additional specialist detectives from across Crime Command to help them through the investigation. Today, we're undertaking a search in the Mount Clear area in relation to an area of interest to our investigation. I can confirm that we have identified that Samantha did leave home on the morning of the 4th of February 2024 at just after 7 a.m. We believe she then travelled on foot into the Canadian State Forest, where she embarked on a run for a period of time and made her way to the Mount Clear area. Today, that search being undertaken in the Mount Clear area will involve staff from our missing persons squad, other investigators, and other specialist searching resources within Victoria Police. We will be looking for anything that may give us evidence as to what may have happened in that area on the day. Might throw to questions if there are any.
What's led police to this area?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
What's led police to this area today?
So the intelligence we've received from our phone data has led police to this area in Mount Clear.
Is that data something that you've only just uncovered?
We've been working through our phone data since missing persons took on the investigation, which was the day after Samantha was reported missing.
And how big is
We're going to leave that news conference. You can continue to watch that on the ABC YouTube channel, because I want to take you over to Vic Emergency Services, where they're giving an update on the bushfires.
Buangle region, and despite there being a cooler change that has come through the area, the fire that started yesterday in the Bangandine Rocky Road area was extremely active overnight, remains active today, but overnight we saw it change direction with the wind change that came through late yesterday afternoon into the evening, that saw the fire now spreading in a northeasterly direction towards Avoca. Overnight, there was well over 1,000 people, 1,000 firefighters on the ground working on the fire front, and they have been working through the night to save properties and livestock. And again, we thank them for that significant overnight effort that will continue into the days ahead. Now, we are sadly hearing reports of property loss that are starting to come through. Given the active nature of the fire and the difficult terrain in the area, it is going to take some time to assess the full extent of the damage. Also, too, they need to be able to go into areas that have been made safe. Now, there are crews on the ground from this morning commencing that impact assessment work, but again, that will take some time, both to make sure that it can be done safely and given the terrain and the active fire in the area. Can I also at the outset again give our deep thanks on behalf of all of Victorians to our firefighters, the SES members, emergency services workers, local government representatives, community volunteers, for the way they again respond in such a strong and selfless way at what is also a very difficult time. In terms of the current warnings, there remains an emergency warning with a leave immediately message issued to many communities in the area that now includes those communities north of yesterday.
The seems that we've identified, are they also in her family?
As I said, our investigation involves speaking to everyone in Samantha's life. So that would include family, friends and work colleagues and everyone.
Do you have anyone that you would class as a suspect?
At this stage, I can't comment on the specifics of our investigation. And again, we are looking into absolutely everything we possibly can to find out what happened to Samantha.
The police have said that one or more parties are likely to be involved in her disappearance. What leads you to that rationale?
So part of our missing persons investigations is eliminating what may or may not have happened. So on the particular day, we have ruled out that she suffered any sort of medical episode, and we have no information to suggest that she left the area of her own accord. So we then start looking at other possible scenarios which may have led her to be missing.
Was anybody home when she left for that run?
Yes, there were people home.
Is the person or persons of interest involved in this likely to be all from the same area as you mentioned?
That we don't know. I mean, we're looking into absolutely everything, and our investigation's ongoing, and I can't comment on specific details as to what we're looking at.
The people that were home, did they leave shortly after she left as well, or were they home for the rest of the day?
It's a difficult question. There's a lot of movements to and from the house during the day. And again, we're very, very confident that we have tracked all those movements and we are following up on everything.
Did Samantha Murphy's phone have, like, some of us will activate Google tracking so you can know exactly where she went? Do you know whether, or were you able to say whether that was activated or anything like that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't comment on specifics relating to the phone data. That's part of our police methodology and something that we need to protect the integrity of during our investigation.
Are you able to say how long between she left home and got into the forest where you're now searching her?
Yeah, we believe within an hour. So approximately an hour after she left home, she reached the now clear area.
How long would a regular run go for? She's quite a runner.
Yeah, we haven't identified that she does run on a regular basis, and she does vary the distances that she runs. It is depending on the day, but on the particular day, there is again a distance of approximately 7 kilometres, I think, from the home address to the now clear area.
There's a new community search happening this weekend. Is this something police are going to be involved in?
Police are not involved in that particular search, but anyone involved in that search, I do urge them, if they do find anything, to please contact police immediately.
Is the area being searched today that hasn't been scoured before?
No, this area was covered initially in the first week of our search, and it was covered extensively. What we're looking for today is particular smaller items which may indicate what happened to Samantha.
Do you think they might not have been spotted the first time?
Well, we were looking for Samantha and her mobile phone and her watch at the time. So what we're looking for today is more intricate details of what may have happened on the day.
Given Samantha Murphy didn't, you believe, didn't leave that area, by her own will, are you suggesting to the community that they ought to be cautious going out alone if you think foul play happened out there?
No, not at all. We have no intelligence or evidence to suggest that there's any risk to anyone else.
How many involved in today's search?
As I said, 20 to 40 people.
And you think it'll be done today? Finished today?
This particular aspect of our search will be done today. However, if there is more intelligence leading us to other searches, we will definitely do that.
Are you looking for the phone, or are you looking for a body?
We're absolutely looking for a phone. We haven't yet found that. We're looking for a body. Again, however, that area has been searched for Samantha herself, and we have not found her in that area.
Are there any bikie links that you've uncovered?
I can't comment on specifics of the investigation at this stage.
Have police detected any other mobile phones in the area where you think you may have others?
Again, that mobile phone data is something I can't comment in relation to police methodology.
The family's vehicle repair business, its financial status, is that an avenue of investigation for police?
Absolutely. We're looking into everything we possibly can to find out what happened to Samantha.
What has that uncovered, your investigation into the financial?
I can't comment on that.
But is it an active part of the investigation still, given you've initially looked into it?
Absolutely.
In what way?
As I said, we're looking at absolutely every avenue of inquiry, and we will continue to do so until we find some answers.
Was the business healthy financially?
Again, I'm not commenting on that.
Do you think there's any chance that it's still alive?
Unfortunately, given the time and the fact we've found no trace of her, we do have severe concerns and are very doubtful that she's still alive.
Is it your belief that she's been removed from this area?
That is certainly a scenario that we're looking into.
Is that more likely that she's been removed?
Based on our elimination process, we do think that another party has been involved, whether it be one person or a number of people. So again, anyone that has seen suspicious activity, whether it be cars or people in the area on the morning, we would hope they call Crime Stoppers, please.
Do you suspect it's more likely that this person or people are known to her?
Again, I can't comment on that. And to be honest, that forms part of our investigation, but it's a particular avenue that we can't comment on.
Do you expect to find the phone and Samantha in the same location?
That I can't answer.
The phone ping in Buninyong, that initial one, is that something police believe still happened, given that's further out from where we are at the moment?
Yeah, all the phone data that we've gathered over the last 3 weeks, we're looking deeply into. So every avenue is being explored, including that ping that's been mentioned previously.
Are police in contact daily with the family, with Mick, for instance?
Yes, we are.
Every day?
Every day.
Just to do what?
To give them updates on the investigation, but to also obtain their assistance with our investigation.
How is the family doing at this point?
Obviously very upset. As time goes on, the chances of finding Samantha are being more limited. So they're very, very distraught, and we understand that.
You said you're looking for other details today, fine-grained details. What do you mean? Do you mean sort of evidence of scuffles or even footprints? Or are you looking for objects today? Or are you looking for evidence of
We're looking at absolutely everything. So those will be things that we do look at. So yeah, any evidence of what might have happened to Samantha on that morning.
How many people do you think have been interviewed over this? 50 plus?
I can say that we've got over 12,000 hours of CCTV that we're currently reviewing, and we have over 500 pieces of separate information in relation to the investigation. So we've interviewed a number of people. The number, to be exact, I don't have at present, but there are a lot of people being spoken to.
Has everyone you've spoken to been forthcoming?
Sorry?
Sorry, has everyone that you've interviewed so far been forthcoming with proof?
Yeah, I must say the Ballarat community have been absolutely fantastic, both in their search efforts, their support for our investigation, and also their cooperation with our investigation.
Almost 3 weeks. We're standing here still with all these questions. How do you categorise this level of mystery?
I can say this is an utmost priority for Victoria Police. We're throwing a lot of resources into it. We are searching when we get new intelligence, and absolutely, it's our number one investigation at present.
Has Samantha's home been searched?
It has to a certain extent, yes.
What extent is that?
Again, in relation to our investigation, I won't comment any further regarding specifics.
Have you seized Mick's mobile or any of his electronic devices?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Have any vehicles been seized by police?
We've looked at some vehicles. As far as seizure goes, I would say no.
Is today's search open-ended, or is this is there a set sort of end time, or does it depend on what happens today?
It is open-ended, but I anticipate we'll be done with our search in this particular area today. And if we do find further intelligence or evidence that lead us to further searches, we will certainly do that.
In terms of those vehicles, can you elaborate what those are and how they've come to police attention?
No, I can't.
Have any search warrants been executed in any properties in the area?
Again, they're particular aspects of the investigation I can't speak to.
Would you say no if it was no?
No comment.
Can you talk us through the extra resources that we heard about yesterday from Crime Command and where those detectives have come from?
Yeah, so they've come from a number of specialist areas, and they're detectives who are very experienced in what they do. They've been chosen because of their expertise in long, complex, protracted investigations. So we're looking at areas such as counter-terrorism command, sexual crime squad, local detectives, and other crime command places. Those crime teams aren't necessarily why they're there. It's because of their expertise in long-term investigations.
What classifies as a long-term investigation?
How long's a piece of string? Well, we'd like to resolve this as soon as possible, but we will do whatever we possibly can to find Samantha. So if it takes months, years, we'll do that. Again, their expert knowledge in relation to investigations in general. They are very experienced detectives, and they work on long-term complex jobs, and we think this is one of them.
Why was it complex?
Well, we've got a lady who went missing in a rural area. A family are missing her, and there's been no trace of her thus far, so it is a complex investigation.
And that last visual sighting still is as she left her house?
Well, at present we have the CCTV of her leaving the house. As far as people seeing her in the forest. That's why we're here today, to appeal for anyone that may have information as to her movements. If you have seen her, we would hope that you would contact Crime Stoppers immediately.
Has anybody come forward?
We have over 500 pieces of separate information which we're looking into, and there has been various sightings of various people, and that's part of our investigation to work through who those people are. So yeah, we're working through all that information. Not at this stage.
So of those people you've spoken with so far, do you believe that anyone truly did see her in the forest?
Again, I can't comment on that.
Why is that?
Because it's part of our police investigation, and I have to take the methodology to a certain extent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Do you have any specifics of location?
I think these guys will
Yeah,
take
great.
you up there. It's not too far away.
Okay. Thank you. Cheers. What's your marks?
Ooh. Well, what do you make of that? I think from what he was saying then, just from his demeanour, they're looking for a body, I think. That's felt like he knew so much more. He looked very sad. It was very grim. He's probably had to face the family and tell them, you know, what they think is likely. It's not very nice, is it? You know, he said they'd been in touch with the family every day. And did you notice he said, we've been in touch with them every day to give them developments and also for the investigation, you know, to help us with our investigations. Definitely, to me, it looked like he knew more. He didn't. Oh, he obviously isn't going to say anymore because there'll be an investigation going on. It's very, you know, he looked very, very sad, very grim. You didn't feel like he was expecting anything hopeful at all, did you? From that press conference, it was not, oh, look, you know, we're hoping to find her, or he held out absolutely no hope whatsoever of finding her alive. So, yeah, Jess, I agree. The questions the press were answering, they kept coming round, didn't they, to the husband or to the family. But of course, he's not going to say anything, even if Mick is involved. He's not going to come out and say that on the TV. And but you just definitely felt like maybe they do know who's involved, and it may not be Mick, you know, or maybe they just know. But how would they, like, I know they would know from the phone data. How would they know from the phone data where she was? But anyway, we don't know, do we? We've just got to wait for the next update. But I've got this horrible sinking feeling that by the time I wake up in the morning, maybe they might have found Samantha, but not with a good, I can't see this being a good result now. Yeah, there's lots of things they might have been doing, probably loads and loads of things that they'll have been doing, and we just don't know. Now, you did notice though that he said that they think she did go out on a run that morning, so she did leave the house, she did go out running, so it may well be that it's nothing to do with Mick, that, you know, she unfortunately bumped into, you know, some nutcase on the trail, like happened to the woman a year ago who got attacked on the trail. So we don't, you know, it's not, you know, we don't know. I hope it isn't anything to do with Mick, and I hope it's nothing to do with Mick, because just what that will do to those children, you know, to have lost the mother and then to to lose their father as well. So I hope against hope that it is nothing to do with Mick, because that'd just be the worst result ever for the children, you know. So it'd be very, very sad, wouldn't it? And then in the meantime, for those of you that are in Australia, especially those of you that are in that area, I hope you're all safe from the bushfires. The bushfires look terrible. You know, it's look when we were watching earlier. Oh, they're doing the shepherd's here. Tia, come here, big rock. Come on, come and say hello. Are you going to say hello? Come up. She won't come up like Riley does. Come up. Are you going to come up and say hello? Are you? I've forgotten what I was saying now. Yeah, so it would be awful, wouldn't it, for the children to lose their dad as well. So I'm sort of, I feel like I'm in a position now where I'm hoping it was a stranger. But the police, see, do you know what makes me feel that maybe, I mean, and I don't know, that maybe it is to do with closer to home, is because surely the police would be warning people. If they thought that a stranger had abducted Samantha on the trail, would they not be warning people to stay off the trail, especially with the big search that's coming up tomorrow? Wouldn't they be putting out a warning if they felt that it was some random sort of stranger on the trail? Surely they would be putting out a warning. But I don't know. Ooh. So anyway, you know, you'd hope that they would be putting out a warning if they thought it was some random stranger. But there's obviously, he knew, there's obviously a lot more than just that. There's they're going to check this area and they're going to find something. I'm 100% certain. Maybe they will only find the phone, or maybe they will only find the Apple Watch. Now let's think about it as well. Is they're quite happy for this other search to go ahead with the bush tracker guy and the community that's mobilised in a big way. They're quite happy for that to go ahead. So I do feel, you know, they know so much more, because they wouldn't want people just wandering around randomly. I think they know exactly who's done it and they know where she is, I think. David. Yeah. And he said they didn't think it was any danger to anyone, which if it's some random stranger, it would be. So I've got this real bad feeling about this, you know, as far for the children's sake, you know, as far as the children's concerned. I think, you know. Now, we were on the members live earlier, and we had a little look at Samantha's Facebook, which is still public, and her little boy there, and you know, just the thought of it. Oh dear, just the thought of those children. It was bad enough to see Jess, wasn't it, in the press conference? That she's the, I think she's the middle child, is she, or is she the oldest one? I don't know. I don't really know, but I've got a bad feeling about it. As far as the children are concerned. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to everyone as you were all coming in, because I was trying to find the press conference anyway. I'm glad I did find it in the end. I may be able to watch it. We might be able to watch it one more time. Yeah, let's watch it just one more time. And then I'm definitely going to bed, because I've got to be up at 6. Don't start barking. Where's he gone? Oh, he's gone now. This is. I thought it was the. Oh, hang on. He's very tall, this guy, isn't he? He's very tall. It's quite nice, actually. It might be a rival for my the picture. A rival for Sheriff Gala. He might have a rival. He looks very sad. He looks very sad and grim. Not only is he speaking really quietly, or the microphones aren't very good, because I've got it on full volume, I can't get it any higher than that. But can you hear those bloody birds in the background as well? You know, you could hardly hear him talking over those birds. But yeah, you have to concentrate really hard to hear him because it's very bad sound. There's no subtitles available either, so I can't even put the captions on. Oh, sorry. Right, sorry, my fault. Try again.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. We're here today to provide an update in relation to the police investigation into the disappearance of Samantha Murphy. I can confirm that the missing persons squad are the lead in relation to this investigation, and they have been supplemented with additional specialist detectives from across Crime Command to help them through the investigation. Today, we're undertaking a search in the Mount Clear area in relation to an area of interest to our investigation. I can confirm that we have identified that Samantha did leave home on the morning of the 4th of February 2024 at just after 7 a.m. We believe she then travelled on foot into the Canadian State Forest, where she embarked on a run for a period of time and made her way to the Mount Clear area. Today, that search being undertaken in the Mount Clear area will involve staff from our missing persons squad, other investigators, and other specialist searching resources within Victoria Police. We will be looking for anything that may give us evidence as to what may have happened in that area on the day. I might throw to questions if there are any.
What's led police to this area?
Sorry, I didn't do that.
What's led police to this area today?
So the intelligence we've received from our phone data has led police to this area in Mount Clear.
Is that data something that you've only just uncovered?
We've been working through our phone data.
I don't know about you, but it looks like he's about to burst into tears, this guy. He looks very sad. He's not expecting a good resolution here at all.
Missing persons took on the investigation, which was the day after Samantha was reported missing.
And how big is the area you'll be searching today?
That I can't say. It's a fairly small area in the bigger scheme of things. The area that Samantha ran in on the morning, we have searched extensively, particularly in the first week of the operation, and that didn't yield anything at the time in relation to her. I can't comment on specifics in relation to our investigation, but what I can say, we're looking at absolutely everything and every possible scenario.
Are you able to say how you're certain she did run in that area? As in, have you seen her running on more CCTV that's not been released to the public? Has someone seen her? How do you know that?
So the CCTV we do have is her leaving her home address, as I mentioned during the last interview. As far as her movements in the bush, we don't have any CCTV relating to that.
How do you know she went running in the bush and wasn't just taken there, picked up and taken there?
Again, in relation to the intelligence received from the phone data, would indicate that she was on foot at the time.
How many people will be searching on the ground today?
Big
How many people will be searching?
We've got approximately 20 to 30 people searching today. But again, I just want to clarify that any intelligence leading us to conduct further searches will be undertaken on a regular basis if that intelligence points us in that direction.
What conditions are the searches facing today?
It's pretty extensive bushland. There are some tracks and some roads. So one thing I'd like to appeal for is anyone that may have seen vehicles or people acting suspiciously in that area on the morning of the 4th of February, please contact Crime Stoppers.
Is Mick Murphy a suspect?
We have a number of people that we are speaking to, and I can say that the family have been absolutely fantastic in cooperating with police.
Is he a suspect?
At this stage, he is not.
Right, so they actually specifically asked then, is he a suspect? And he said, I want to say that the family have been fantastic. And then the reporter asked again, is he a suspect? And he said, at this stage, he is not. So that's not exactly a glowing term of, glowing endorsement, is it? At this stage, he is not. That's what he said. He didn't say, no, he's definitely not.
Has anyone else in the family been identified as a suspect?
We're looking into a number of people from information that we have received, and all I can say is that our avenues are taking us down certain directions, and we're following everything. Everyone in relation to Samantha is a person of interest. In our investigation, we are speaking to everyone that was in her life.
Those teams that we've identified, are they also in her family?
As I said, our investigation involves speaking to everyone in Samantha's life. So that would include family, friends, and work colleagues and everyone.
Do you have anyone that you would class as a suspect?
At this stage, I can't comment on the specifics of our investigation. And again, we are looking into absolutely everything we possibly can to find out what happened.
Now, when he just said, do you have anybody as a suspect? And he's not saying no either, He just said, I suppose it's police speak. At this stage, we have we can't comment. That's what he said. At this stage, we can't comment. He didn't say, no, we don't have a suspect. He's being, he's he's really skirting around everything, isn't he? Have you got a suspect? I can't comment on that. Not just no, we haven't at the moment. Just I can't comment on that. Stop
barking. That one or more parties are likely to be involved in her disappearance. What led you to that rationale?
So part of our missing persons investigations is eliminating what may or may not have happened. So on the particular day, we have ruled out that she suffered any sort of medical episode, and we have no information to suggest that she left the area of her own accord. So we then start looking at other possible scenarios which may have led her to be missing.
Was anybody home when she left for that run?
Yes, there were people home.
Is the person or persons of interest involved in this likely to be all from the same area as you mentioned?
That we don't know. I mean, we're looking into absolutely everything, and our investigation's ongoing, and I can't comment on specific details as to what we're looking at.
The people that were home, did they leave shortly after she left as well, or were they home for the rest of the day?
It's a difficult question. There's a lot of movements to and from the house during the day. And again, we're very, very confident that we have tracked all those movements and we are following up on everything.
Did Samantha Murphy?
So he said then there was a lot of movements to and from the house during the day, and we're happy we've tracked all those movements. Gosh, I mean, it's a mysterious one, isn't it? It is. And you can just tell from his face there, he's thinking about so many things. There's so much going on. You can just see he's thinking about so much. I mean, he said they're in touch with the family every day. There can't be pleasant news that they've had to give those children. Or Mick, if Mick isn't involved, having to tell the family that, you think that you found something, that you're likely to find something. That's not nice, is it?
His phone have some of us will activate Google tracking so you can know exactly where she went. Do you know were you able to say whether that was activated or anything like that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't comment on specifics relating to the phone data. That's part of our police methodology, and that's something that we need to protect the integrity of during our investigation.
Are you able to say how long between she left home and got into the forest where you're now searching now?
Yeah, we believe within an hour. So approximately an hour after she left home, she reached the Mount Clear area.
How long would a regular run go for? She's quite a runner.
Yeah.
So he said approximately an hour after she left home, she reached the Mount Clear area. That's what he just said. How would they know that? So they've got somebody's phone data. They've got somebody's phone data, definitely. Because how would they know so specifically that an hour after she left home, she reached the Mount Clear area? I don't think it'll be her phone, unless it's her Apple, unless it's her Apple Watch that they've tracked to there. But to be that specific, to think that after an hour she'd reached the Mount Clear area?
Yeah, we haven't identified that she does run on a regular basis, and she does vary the distances that she runs. It is depending on the day, but on the particular day there is, again, a distance of approximately 7 kilometres, I think, from the home address to the Mount Clear area.
There's a big community search happening this weekend. Is this something police are going to be involved in?
Police are not involved in that particular search, but anyone involved in that search, I do urge them, if they do find anything, to please contact police immediately.
Yeah, so they're not interested in that area that all the community are going out to search this weekend. You just said the police won't be involved in that search. I think they know where Samantha is, or where they think she is. They're not interested in that other area for whatever reason. It's very mysterious, isn't it?
The area being searched today that hasn't been scoured before.
No, this area was covered initially in the first week of our search, and it was covered extensively. What we're looking for today is particular smaller items which may indicate what happened to Samantha.
Do you think they might not have been spotted the first time?
Well, we were looking for Samantha and her mobile phone and her watch at the time. So what we're looking for today is more intricate details of what may have happened on the day.
Given Samantha Murphy didn't, you believe, didn't leave that area,
My God.
Are you suggesting to the community that they ought to be cautious going out alone if you think foul plays happened out there?
No, not.
Do you know, you can hardly hear what the questions are. You can just about hear him, but they've not been very good at setting up this press conference with all them bloody birds in the background as well.
Well, we have no intelligence or evidence to suggest that there's any risk to anyone else.
How many involved in today's search?
Right, there you go. He just said, we have no evidence or intelligence to suggest there is any risk to anybody else. So, whether it was Mick or not, whoever it was, they targeted Samantha, because he's just said there specifically, we have no evidence or intelligence to suggest a risk to anybody else. And if this was a stranger that had done this to Samantha, of course he wouldn't have said that. So whoever did it, I'm not saying it was Mick, who knows, there was talk about connections to organised crime and this, that and the other, who knows? But there's no threat to anybody else, according to him. So that suggests to me that Samantha had been targeted for who she is, not just because she happened to be running on the track and she could have been anybody, but because of who she was.
As I said, 20 to 40 people.
And you think it'll be done today? Finished today?
This particular aspect of our search will be done today. However, if there is more intelligence leading us to other searches, we will definitely do that.
Are you looking for the phone, or are you looking for a body?
We're absolutely looking for a phone. We haven't yet found that. We're looking for a body. Again, however, that area has been searched for Samantha herself, and we have not found her in that area.
Are there any bikie links that you've uncovered?
I can't comment on specifics of the investigation at this stage.
Have police detected any other mobile phones signals in the area where Samantha got missing?
Again, that mobile phone data is something I can't comment in relation to police methodology.
The family's vehicle repair business, its financial status, is that an avenue of investigation for police?
Absolutely. We're looking into everything we possibly can to find out what happened to Samantha.
What has that uncovered, your investigation into the financial?
I can't comment on that.
But is it an active part of the investigation still, given you've initially looked into it?
Absolutely.
In what way?
As I said, we're looking at absolutely every avenue of inquiry, and we will continue to do so until we find some answers.
Was the business healthy financially?
Again, I'm not commenting on that.
Do you think there's any chance Samantha's still alive?
Unfortunately, given the time and the fact we've found no trace of her, we do have severe concerns and are very doubtful that she's still alive.
Is it your belief that she's been removed from this area?
That is certainly a scenario that we're looking into.
So he just said it's very doubtful that she's still alive. From everything we know, it's very doubtful that she's still alive. Now, I don't know why he would think that, but, you know, it's written all over his face, isn't it? And he knows that she's dead, but how does he know? How does he know, I wonder? So much more that he does know that he's not saying.
In terms of is that more likely that she's been removed?
Based on our elimination process, we do think that another party has been involved, whether it be one person or a number of people. So again, anyone that has seen suspicious activity, whether it be cars or people in the area on the morning, we would...
Now, that's not the first time that he's said either one person or a number of people. You know, that's something they said a couple of times. Oh, gosh, it's so frustrating because you feel like you're getting some answers, but you know that there's so much more that he knows that he's not saying.
Hope they call Crime Stoppers, please.
Do you suspect it's more likely that this person or people are known to her?
Again, I can't comment on that. And to be honest, that forms part of our investigation, but it's a particular avenue that we can't comment on.
Do you expect to find the phone and Samantha in the same?
A particular avenue that we can't comment on, he said, when they was asked, do you think that they were known to her? So...
location?
That I can't answer.
The phone ping in Buninyong, that initial one, is that something police believe still happened, given that's further out from where we are at the moment?
Yeah, all the phone data that we've gathered over the last 3 weeks, we're looking deeply into. So every avenue is being explored, including that ping that's been mentioned previously.
Are police in contact daily with the family, with Mick, for instance?
Yes, we are.
Every day?
Every day.
Just to do what?
To give them updates on the investigation, but to also obtain their assistance with our investigation.
How is the family doing at this point?
Obviously very upset. As time goes on, the chances of finding Samantha are being more limited. So they're very, very distraught, and we understand that.
You said you're looking for other details today, fine grained details. What do you mean? Do you mean sort of evidence of scuffles or even footprints? Or are you looking for objects today? Or are you looking for evidence of...
We're looking at absolutely everything. So those will be things that we do look at. So yeah, any evidence of what might have happened to Samantha on that morning.
How many people do you think have been interviewed over this? 50 plus?
I can say that we've got over 12,000 hours of CCTV that we're currently reviewing, and we have over 500 pieces of separate information in relation to the investigation. So we've interviewed a number of people. The number, to be exact, I don't have it present, but there are a lot of people being spoken to.
Has everyone you've spoken to been forthcoming?
Sorry?
Has everyone that you've interviewed so far been forthcoming with proof?
Yeah, I must say the Ballarat community have been absolutely fantastic, both in their search efforts, their support for our investigation, and also their cooperation with our investigation.
Almost 3 weeks. We're standing here still with all these questions. How do you categorise this level of mystery?
I can say this is an utmost priority for Victoria Police. We're throwing a lot of resources into it. We are searching when we get new intelligence. And absolutely, it's our number one investigation at present.
Has Samantha's home been searched?
It has to a certain extent, yes.
What extent is that?
Again, in relation to our investigation, I won't comment any further regarding specifics.
Have you seized Mick's mobile or any of his electronic devices?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Have any vehicles been seized by police?
We've looked at some vehicles. As far as seizure goes, I would say no.
Is today's search open-ended, or is this is there a set sort of end time, or does it depend on what happens today?
It is open-ended, but I anticipate we'll be done with our search in this particular area today. And if we do find further intelligence or evidence that lead us to further searches, we will certainly do that.
So he says it is open-ended, but we expect to be finished with this particular search of this area today. So they're not expecting it to be a search going on for a long time. They're quite targeted. I'm hoping by the time I get up tomorrow, there might be some more news because they'll be searching through the day while I'm sleeping. God, I can't wait to go to sleep, to be honest.
In terms of those vehicles, can you elaborate what those are and how they've come to police attention?
No, I can't.
Have any search warrants been executed in any properties in the area?
Again, there are particular aspects of the investigation I can't speak to.
Would you say no if it was no?
No comment.
Can you talk us through
Yeah, did you see it? So he said that reporter asked him, have any search warrants been executed in the course of this investigation? And he said, oh, well, I can't really comment on that. And the reporter said, well, you didn't say no. And he said, no comment, and smiled. So obviously what he means is yes, search warrants have been executed in the course of this investigation.
The extra resources that we heard about yesterday from Crime Command and where those detectives have come from?
Yeah, so they've come from a number of specialist areas, and they're detectives who are very experienced in what they do. They've been chosen because of their expertise in long, complex, protracted investigations. So we're looking at areas such as counter-terrorism command, sexual crime squad, local detectives, and other crime command places. Those crime teams aren't necessarily why they're there. It's because of their expertise in long-term investigations.
What constitutes a long-term investigation?
How long's a piece of string? Well, we'd like to resolve this as soon as possible, but we will do whatever we possibly can to find Samantha. So if it takes years, we'll do that. Again, their expert knowledge in relation to investigations in general. They are very experienced detectives and they work on long-term complex jobs, and we think this is one of them.
Why was it complex?
Well, we've got a lady who went missing in a rural area. A family are missing her, and there's been no trace of her thus far, so it is a complex investigation.
And that last visual sighting still is she left her house?
Well, at present we have the CCTV of her leaving the house. As far as people seeing her in the forest, that's why we're here today, to appeal for anyone that may have information as to her movements. If you have seen her, we would hope that you would contact Crime Stoppers immediately.
Has anybody come forward?
We have over 500 pieces of separate information which we're looking into, and there has been various sightings of various people, and that's part of our investigation to work through who those people are. So yeah, we're working through all that information.
And you haven't turned up any other sightings on the
Not at this stage.
So of those people you've spoken with so far, do you believe that anyone truly did see her in the forest?
Again, I can't comment on that.
Why is that?
Because it's part of our police investigation, and I have to protect the methodology to a certain extent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Do you have any specific?
Okay. Oh, it's just so annoying struggling to listen to that when I'm tired, because it's 1 o'clock here, 1 o'clock in the morning here now, and I've got to be up in 5 hours, but anyway, never mind. I do feel like David. I think there's, you know, not only that I think they're probably going to find Samantha at some point today, but they seem to know. I think they probably know who did it. So, okay, I'm going to bed. Thank you for being here with me. I know thing is we can always watch these press conferences. There's a lot of you at home. I can see there's 70 of you watching at home. Thanks for watching with me and with all of us. And it's not looking like good news, is it? But in a way, at least it's a resolution of knowing what's happening. I'm talking about it as if they've already found her, but it sounded from what he said, they did not think she was alive. Basically, he did say that. So, poor kids. Anyway. So we'll find out more tomorrow. I'm out early in the morning. I've got to go and interpret for someone, but I'll be back then later after that before I go for lunch. And anything that I hear I will report one way or another. And for those of you who are actually over there in Australia, you'll hear before me, and I'm sure you'll let me know. So, night, take care. And prayers for Samantha's children, I think, at the moment. And, for Samantha, but it's not looking very promising. So, yes, and you, Charlie, may your God go with you. So, sleep well. See you tomorrow. For those of you who are in Australia, I hope you're safe from the bushfires as well, because that's, a worry too. But anyway, night. You're welcome, Sarah. Night.